Hey guys, I'm Nick and welcome back to Sci-Finatics. Well, today we're talking about Star Trek Day and the third season of Star Trek Picard. It's airing in February 16, I believe, and we got a trailer to look at from the Star Trek Day events. They showed us a trailer, showed us a few more shots of what we're in for Season 3 of Picard. So today we're going to have a look through the trailer, analyse some of the shots, look at them in more detail, see what we can learn about Season 3 of Picard coming in February of next year. Very exciting news. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to Sci-Finatics yet, please don't forget to do so. Click on that big red button to stay up to date and current with all the latest Star Trek news on YouTube. Okay, so let's go through the trailer shot by shot and see what we can extract from what we saw in this new Star Trek Day trailer for Star Trek Picard Season 3 and see what it was all about.
This message is for Admiral Jean-Luc Picard. We need your help.
Well, it definitely appears that Beverly calling out to Jean-Luc for assistance is the kind of foundation for what our Season 3 story is going to be. There's some sort of trouble that she's in there. There's obviously a bunch of aliens of some kind, or people in masks at least, boarding a ship that she's on. She's having to pick up a phaser rifle to defend herself, and she's calling out to Jean-Luc for some kind of assistance there. Whatever trouble Beverly happens to be in is going to be the foundation, I think, of whatever the story is for Season 3 of Picard. We see Picard going through a box of his old mementos from back on the days of the Enterprise D, his uniform, his comm badge. And obviously there's a bit of nostalgia there for him, and obviously Beverly's call for help has reawakened thoughts of the old team, the old crew. And next we see what looks like some form of terrorist attack. We've got like what appears to be a Starfleet headquarters of some kind here, or at least a Starfleet building being completely leveled to the ground. There appears to be some sort of beam emitting from orbit that's basically completely leveling this building, taking it down, entirely. So somebody clearly has a bit of a vendetta against Starfleet that is causing them to obviously create this pretty catastrophic terror attack. Next we see a Federation starship flanked by a series of smaller other alien craft of some description, but they're certainly shadowing this Federation starship quite closely, so it doesn't appear like there's any kind of attack involved. It would appear in an alliance type situation. Next it would appear we're on a planet that resembles Freecloud. I know we travelled to Freecloud in Season 1, which was kind of a very flashy kind of casino, very Las Vegas kind of style planet. And it appears that we might be heading back there for Season 3, where it appears that we've got Picard and Riker catching up for a bit of a drink in a bar on what appears to be Freecloud. Picard's rocking the lightweight travelling hat, very age appropriate, I guess, for him there. And it's a lovely scene between these two. Obviously there's in need of a ship. There's a mission there. Obviously, Picard's got to go help Beverly, and he's bringing in Riker, and Riker's got to find a ship. We're kind of stepping back a little bit here to, the part of Season 1 where Picard was assembling the crew, getting himself a ship and all that sort of stuff, which he needed to do within that first sort of 3 episodes of Season 1 of Picard. So we're kind of, going along a similar path here, but this time with the Next Generation crew. I love the fact that we get to see the old Federation starbase that was seen in Star Trek 3, I think, from memory. We first saw that. Obviously appeared a few more times in Next Generation, but it was essentially the same shot. They did this big fancy shot of a starbase for Star Trek 3, and then Next Generation stole it and reused it a few times themselves. But we haven't kind of seen it very much since then. We've sort of seen starbases in Strange New Worlds this season, but not this huge big one that we came to see in the Star Trek original series feature films. Now it looks like it's been improved upon and enhanced a little bit since last time we saw it. They've added a few extra modules to the side, so there's been a bit of an upgrade and a bit of an enhancement, which you would kind of expect, considering this thing's been in service since back in Kirk's era. Then we see a shot of the bridge of a Federation starship getting smashed up pretty nicely. We've got officers flying over consoles, explosions going off. Somebody's clearly under attack of some description. We're sure which ship this happens to be on as yet, whether it's the Titan or another ship, we're yet to see. And next we get a series of kind of very contemplative shots of our various characters. We've got Picard hanging out in a very dimly lit room there. Look, it's hard to tell whether this is a room, on, for example, Shadow Picard, or whether it's a room on board a starship. The lighting is very, very dim and dark. Based on the shape of the windows being up high, the curvature of the wall, the sink on the wall there, it seems like it might be on board a starship, but just one that doesn't have much lighting in the room there. Very, very dimly lit. Next we get a shot of Raffi, and Raffi's looking a bit moody. She's got the heavy eye makeup on. She's got the hoodie up. Apparently from it's just a couple of comments that Michelle Hurd made at Star Trek Day, it seems we're going to be getting Raffi's involvement in the sort of the slimy underbelly of Star Trek, or of the Star Trek universe at least. Don't get the impression Raffi's turned bad, but I guess maybe she's got some contacts that are a little bit less than reputable that she can call upon when times get tough. Next we see a shot of Geordi. Geordi looking like he's got, I'm not sure whether Geordi's got a yellow Starfleet in engineer's uniform on, or whether this just happens to be casual attire that he's wearing that just happens to be yellow. Because I know we did see him in another shot of the teaser trailer that came out a little while ago where he was in a red Commodore's uniform. So not sure whether this is just casual attire for Geordi. But again, this could be the scene where we saw Picard in that very dimly lit room earlier, because the lighting looks like it's potentially quite similar, very, very moody kind of environment, not particularly well lit. So this could be who Picard is looking at in that other shot we just had a look at with him in the darkened room. Next we see a shot of Beverly Crusher, and it looks like Beverly is wearing Kirk's jacket, or what seems very similar to Kirk's jacket that he wore in Star Trek II Wrath of Khan. The whole team, when they went to the Genesis planet and everything, they wore these kind of, I guess, away mission coats that had these gigantically wide padded collars and everything, and it looks like Beverly's wearing something similar in this shot in the trailer. And then we get a shot of Worf. Looks like Worf has got a bit of a cardigan or something going on in this shot. It's got a sort of a little bit of a knitted number over his shoulders. Just maybe they've been in some sort of colder environment, because we've got Beverly in the heavy coat. Worf's wearing a bit of a cardie. He's rocking the cardie of Worf. He's looking good. I think his mustache is a little longer in this shot too. I think in the other teaser we got a little while back, I think his mustache was a little more trimmed, but we've got the sort of the longer ends on it this time. I think Worf's makeup is looking a lot better in this scene here, despite the mustache being connected in the centre, which it never was. I think the actual style is much more akin to Worf's style as we know it. And then we get a shot of Councillor Troy. She's sitting in a chair, appears to be on board a starship. She's holding a pad and clearly having a heart-to-heart with somebody. Who knows, might be Picard, might be Will, but she looks like she's, doing her Councillor Troy routine in this scene. We get a cool scene now with Riker and Picard on a shuttlecraft. They're heading in the Federation starbase we saw earlier to board their ship. And it appears from what Riker is talking about that the ship they're going to be on is the Titan. We've got them heading into starbase here, boarding the Titan. It appears 7 of 9 has got the field promotion to commander. She, I guess, is the first officer of the Titan. Now, does this mean that Riker is the captain of the Titan? Obviously, we know he was the captain of the Titan for many years, but whether, he's retired now, or whether he's been called back into service to take on board the Titan again, not quite sure on that. The Titan, as we see it, the bridge, it looks very similar to the Stargazer from when we saw that in the last season of Picard. They've just redressed it to make it look a bit different, which is cool. But the Titan, to me, looks very different in this trailer than when we saw it in, say, Lower Decks. The Lunar-class USS Titan was very different in appearance. This ship almost looks much more similar to, say, the Enterprise A refit. The Titan, as we saw it in Lower Decks, had that section across the back with the sort of whether it's a science section or engineering section in the centre between the two warp nacelles, which this starship doesn't have at all. So I wonder whether they're breaking canon here to do a complete redesign on the Titan, because this doesn't look like the same starship that we've seen badged as the Titan in Lower Decks. Nonetheless, it looks like we've got definitely some really cool scenes here with the guys coming out of space dock and everything in the Titan, very reminiscent of Star Trek 3. I think there's going to be some cool Star Trek feature film homages in this season, so that's going to be really good to look forward to.
Engage.
And it appears that we've got Seven giving the engage order to go to warp after leaving space dock here. So we don't get to see who necessarily is the captain. Obviously, Seven isn't the captain of the Titan, so I'm assuming that Riker is kind of fulfilling that role, seeing as how he was formerly the captain of the Titan. That being said, Riker doesn't get the privilege of giving the engage command. Seven does that, but as the rank of commander, it would certainly seem like Seven is our first officer of the Titan. I think this trailer looks great. I think there's going to be a lot of really good nostalgic moments in season 3, and it's great we've got the release date too. February 16 is when we expect to see that, which is pretty much when we kind of thought we would. We knew it would be very early in the new year. I was hoping the end of January, which was when the first season aired, but still mid-February, still good. It's still, we don't have to wait too long for that. So that's really exciting news, and I look forward to the next trailer. I think we'll be getting another trailer for Picard before we get that hitting our TV screens, because we didn't really get too much dialogue from our next gen cast members. We got a little bit of a voiceover from Beverly, and we got a little bit of interaction with Riker, but all of our other characters, we just got still frames of looking towards camera, which was kind of a bit similar to the teaser trailer that came out a couple of months back or whatever, which we had a look at. Guys, what did you think of the Season 3 trailer for Star Trek Picard? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What are you looking forward to most? What do you think about Seven of Nine being the first officer on the Titan being a little bit different too than how we saw it in Lower Decks? Do you think? What do you think about this? What do you think about the stylings and the vibe that's kind of very Star Trek feature film-esque, particularly kind of, sort of Star Trek, 2 and 3 with, Beverly wearing kind of Kirk's big collared coat and this edition of the Starbase. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Guys, check out the merch store. Heaps of new designs in there. Plenty to have a look at. Links in the description where you can have a look at all of them. Well worth checking out. And I'll be back very soon with my next video. Plenty of stuff from Star Trek Day to talk about. I'll see you guys soon.